Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Wednesday night. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're tuned in to a continuation of my Twitch live stream series. We're playing Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition, and we're on the Alma, Missouri map. And without much further ado, we're just gonna jump right into it. Picking up somewhat from where we left off on the last episode. I did indicate that if I had the time and bandwidth, there were certain things I was going to work on off camera. To be fair, I did get into some of those things, but due to various things I was trying to get accomplished and testing a few different things out, I never did get an opportunity to save some of the things I was doing, and then real life kind of caught up with me in some other areas, so I really didn't make any progress from pretty much where we were when we last left off. So in an unusual circumstance, we're actually picking up almost exactly from where we left off on the last episode. I did however, did get to test some ideas out here and there, and I kind of made up in my mind which direction I was going to go, and we're kind of going to get into that right now. First of all, I decided because we're going to need a piece of equipment to operate on our pig farm. This is what I have kind of bounced around and came up with. Let's go to our vehicles menu, and I think what I'm going to do, at least what I kind of settled on last night, and I think this is the route I'm going to go, what I was kind of testing out last night before I got pulled into some other things and didn't finish it out. But I think I made a mistake when I sold my Mahindra earlier in the series, and we're going to rectify that mistake because this Mahindra certainly will, I believe, come in handy for at least temporarily with our pig farm. So we're going to purchase this vehicle again, except this time I think we're going to kind of trick it out a little bit. I don't know about this camouflage. Let's see here what we got. We'll keep it without vinyl. Barrier, that's on the top. Yeah, we'll get the barrier on there. Just know those are the options there. Attacher, we'll leave the standard attacher for now because we can always bring it back to the shop and kind of figure that out. I don't think we're going to rock with the default color. You know, I'm team blue here. So I'm going to go with this chrome blue. I like that little shiny showroom look. Design color, that is, what is that effect? Let's see. But you know, we're team blue, so let's see if I can get a contrasting blue to go with the, okay. Do you know if I think there's too much blue going on there. Uh-oh. Pressed the wrong button. Brilliant. Alright, going back to it. Attacher, standard, barrier, yes. Main color. Oops. Main color, chrome. It's design color. We're gonna go with we're gonna leave that at the black. Like the contrast with the blue and the black. We'll keep the plastics default. Inside color default. Rim color, don't like the gold on the blue, so we're gonna have to change that up. What do I want to do here? White. Nah. Let's do some chrome stuff, man. I'm a fan of the chrome, so we're gonna put some chrome on them too. Chrome that on out. All right. And we're gonna buy that. That sets us back $18,050 for the current configuration. Let's get that rocking. Boom. We'll pick that up in the shop shortly. Next up, we want to go with the actually go back to back to the Mahindra. I could have did that right from the same screen. Just bear with me here. I'm a little rusty here. So we're gonna go back to that Retriever Plus screen. Still messing up. And we're going to click on right joystick and look at the combinations. We want all of this. We want all the smoke today. We're going to get all of these accessories because we're going to be utilizing them in one way, shape, or form at one point in time, so on and so forth. We'll just start it, this trailer in the bell trailer configuration because we're going to be probably using that right away to move some egg pallets around. So we're going to buy that, and we'll just pay for the other configurations when we need them. We're also going to get this to help move some of the water around between the greenhouses. We'll leave that without vinyl as well, but we cut on that blue chrome tip, which I forgot to do with the trailer, dadgum. So I'm already messing up my thing, so we're gonna go back and get that rim color. We got to rectify that trailer, so I'm gonna sell that back. That's a slight L we're taking today. We're gonna buy that. Alright, so let's go back here to own items and on the cars, and let's get that's on the trailers and it. Where we at? Harvesters, fertilizer spreaders. Where's my trailers at? My eyes are messing with me right now. Trailers. So we're gonna sell that one back, and let's try that again, shall we? All right, we're gonna take the Mahindra Retriever Plus mod. Oops, and still clicking on it. Right combinations. We want the Select ANS 1900 trailer. Part of this pack. We're going to keep it in bell trailer configuration without vinyl. Main color is what we want to check that out. We've put that chrome blue rims, chromed out standard chrome. Boom, boom, boom. And now we're going to buy that for $4,100. Alright, next up, we want the ANS 1900 auto load. Wait a minute, is that from the Office of Redundancy? If we're buying the all, I'm sorry, not thinking right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between. We just wasted money again. Let's walk that back one more time, and gotta get focused, man. All right, so we're just giving away money right now. We're gonna purchase the ANS 1900 auto load version. Alright, going back to the Mahindra Retriever Plus mod. And apologies, I don't have the mod maker pulled up at the moment. We'll look that up and I'll get that information out to you shortly. But we're gonna get the ANS 1900 auto load version of the trailer, making sure. Oh, that's why I didn't. That's why I got both of them. So we will need both of them because there are situations where I'm going to need the actual standard trailer version of that, especially for hauling around things on the pig farm that are going to require a little bit more volume, but not need the volume of a full-fledged trailer. But we'll play that by ear. We don't have to. Well, yeah, we don't need to buy that right away. We'll do without vinyl. Main color, chrome blue. We just want the auto load set up right now for. We're going to move some of these eggs around and get that squared away. Chrome, buy that. I guess we will go ahead and buy it, so it'll just be sitting and waiting at the shop. But we'll just buy the max capacity version of it outright without vinyl. And y'all just watching me blow my cash here tonight. It's all in fun until it's not, right? All right. So buy that. Now let's hop over to the shop and get this thing rocking and rolling. There's my newly old Mahindra, but with the new paint job and the new shiny blue chrome, looking like a chromed out baby, blue baby. And we'll take the water trailer first. We'll go ahead and liquid tank. It's not just water, so I just read what it says: liquid transport, liquid trailer. So it actually supports a number of different liquids. We can probably even use that to kind of shuffle small amounts of milk around as well, among other things. But we'll kind of play that by ear. I didn't quite look to see what all the types of liquid that it does support, but there's a variety of liquids that it does support. I don't know if it's all, but again, we'll bring that up and double check that shortly. But first off, we're heading back to the main farm. Getting a little late in the evening here. You see it's 1911, which is 1900 hours. If you want to know the actual time, if you're not understanding military time, you can subtract 12 from 19 and that'll give you the standard time. At 1900 hours, getting somewhat later in the evening, so we'll soon be outside of regular daylight hours, and it'll be a little harder to see, and we probably have to operate with the headlights and so on and so forth, but we'll address that when we get there. Alright. And again, we're going to be mostly, my plan of attack is to mostly use this Mahindra on our pig farm, but when we need to, we'll bring it around in the main farm too to perform different support activities. But we'll, as always, play that by ear as needed. And while we're here, let's kind of see what's going on with our greenhouses. If anybody needs water right now, where we at? It's staying a little touch up, so let's get a little bit of water. Alright, we'll fill it on up. 3,600 liters. And let's go top off water at all of our greenhouses over here, just to show you some of the wonderful things we could do with the handy dandy Mahindra. That one doesn't need any more water. How's this fellow doing? This one doesn't need any more water. Oh, it's taking the water right out immediately, so that's why it says no more capacity. Kind of throwing me off there, but it is taking the water. Boom. Boom. And there we go. That got it. That got the job done. Now we have to provide water to the pigs. Let's go over to the pig dialogue. I don't know if the pig stall provides water to the pigs automatically, so we don't have to give water to the pigs. So we could we don't need to shuffle around. Well, we'll need this trailer for slurry. I guess now would be a good time to go look at that and see what it does support. So let's go back to our vehicles menu, go down to own items, look at the trailers, and let's see what liquids does this ANS 1900 deposit support. It supports all of your oils. What is that? Grape juice, milk, water, gas, petrol. I forget the other one of them. Diesel. I forget what the other one. Methane, I think, is the other one. And herbicide, liquid fertilizer. So pretty much all of your base liquids. So that's pretty much everything. All right. So do I need water? Let me check something here real quick. So what do we need over on the pig farm as far as water support right now? Let's hop over here and see what we got going on here. So the only thing we will need is when we want to come in here and pick up our slurry. So we'll just have to stay tuned on that, but for the most part, that gives us a floating water trailer secondary. So we'll keep that one on this farm for right now, but we'll move it around as necessary, as needed, when we need to move certain things around. So we'll just kind of park it over here for right now and just pick it up when we need it. So let's head back to the shop And let's go grab our other two trailers. Okay. And there is another thing I forgot to get into at the start of the episode, and I apologize for that. I know I'm just kind of excited and just wanted to get into some things, being that I was not. Whoa. No crash, just a spin out. So I have to establish a spin out counter, and that's a spin out counter +1. First spin out tonight. Where was I? Lost my train of thought there, but there's some things I planned on working on off camera. I kind of did test a few things out, but never did get an opportunity to save things because, again, I was just doing how I normally do my testing off camera. Is I'll buy a few things, run through a few different scenarios, but not save the game. So far, I've been fortunate that I haven't accidentally saved the game at a point where I was testing something out that I wasn't happy with. But I run through a few different things, run through a few different scenarios, and don't save the game, but just see how certain stuff plays out. And then if I'm happy with the results of what I've tested, I'll come back and run through it again and do actual save. But the problem is, between this episode and tonight's episode, I didn't get a chance to come back and save a few things because I was running on some other things, actually doing some Grand Theft Auto stuff, which is some other content that I will be adding and putting on the channel soon. Because I just got my new PC just came in today, so you're about to see me, once I get everything set up and established and working the way I want to, you're gonna see a change up on a lot of the content that I'm going to be putting out here, and I'm going to start doing some custom produced videos and not just Twitch live streams. And we're going to start once I get my computer set up properly, I'm going to start working on getting some more custom videos and edited videos and established standard custom content out on my website and my YouTube channel as well, and get that. And I'm going to try to get a lot more content over here and get this YouTube channel really off the ground and start putting more work in, getting this bad boy where it needs to be. And I hope y'all that are tuning in will kind of follow me along on this journey. As we're going to get this ride rocking, man. We're going to get this thing going. I'm gradually getting the equipment that I need, and as my channel grows, I get more and more things. But right now, my idea was always from the beginning, I'm going to kind of base a little bit. You start now, how much I invest in it on what I get out of it. And as my channel continues to grow, I definitely take what I make from it and invest it back to the channel, and we'll get better and better as we move along. And that's kind of what I've been saying from the outset, And I do this in part, for the most part right now, just because it's fun. I love gaming. It's a major part of my life. It is, you could almost say to a certain degree, part of my life, a major part of it, other than my day job, which pays the bills for right now. But eventually I'd like to, hopefully get to a place where both my day job and my YouTube channel are paying the bills. But that's up to you, the people, and I'm definitely going to put the content out there, and I hope y'all kind of like what I'm putting out there and give me the input and feedback that I need to grow my channel and give the people what they want to see, with the caveat that I'm still going to do the things I like and love first. But I hope that the people that follow me along are the people that like and love some of the same things that I do, starting with Farming Simulator 22, which is where we're at right now. But enough about that. But you kind of get what the program is for 2024. That's going to be the game plan going forward, and we'll see how it goes. I'm very positive on it, and I'm excited and happy to finally be starting to see some things progress. And my channel has been growing. I have been slowly getting a few more views, and I know that it's gonna come with time. I just gotta be consistent with what I'm doing, keep producing content, and I know that things will eventually pick up, and not only that, the more I do it, the better I get. Once I get some more pieces of equipment, I know the quality of my content will improve along with it, and it's all part of the process. But I hope you stay tuned here on my channel, my Twitch, my YouTube, and be there with me. We got big things coming in 2024 and beyond. Alright? Alright, spin out Canner Plus 2. I'm doing a good job, but y'all know I meant to do that, right? Alright, so next stop is our pig farm. I was just showing off for you right there. That's all that was. Watch the railroad tracks. No train coming because I don't want to get blasted by the train. If you watch me on one of the last few episodes that I did, I got blasted by the train. Don't want that to happen again. That was not fun. But I'm sure you guys got some amusement out of it. Alright. But anyway, here we are at the pig farm. And let's check it out. Let's see what we got as far as what they need right now. One type of pigs. Straw, they're good. Health is good. Food is pretty much maxed out, so they don't need anything right now. But we're just going to go ahead and bring the trailer home. We'll park it here for now. And it'll be ready for when we need it to move and feed around, pick food around. And the only other thing we need to be mindful of is I will also use this trailer here. We'll change the configuration around, and I could bring straw bales, but I think what I'll do there is I will just bring some straw bales in, and I'll store them in one of these two sheds as well. But coming back around, we're gonna let's go this way just to so you can see other areas of the map, man. And I just, me guys, I kind of talk about this from time to time every few episodes. I know this game is not as good as it can look on a high-end PC, but it still looks very good in my humble opinion on this Series X version of Farming Simulator 22. And I'm still always kind of impressed by the graphical. Whoops, that's not a spin out there. But I'm always impressed by the graphical improvements between 19 and 22, and just overall how good this game looks, even on this next gen console, the Xbox Series X. It's cool. You kind of get used to it after a while, but it's still it's a very beautiful game on this next gen console. And I just like to kind of ride out sometimes and just go through and look at these scenic vistas, man. You're really in another place, and it's cool. With the graphics, you feel like you're really in there. It's not per se 1000% photorealistic graphics, but it's still very good looking. All right, we're passing the Alma sign. We're gonna make a left here, and we're gonna head back into the main part of town, to the shop, and pick up our last trailer. This is the auto load version of the trailer. It was a ANS 1900. I gotta be mindful of a budget there, because I blew a lot of cash with buying the trailers over and over again. Just ate through probably over $50,000, close to $50,000, just messing around making mistakes there. But we're back. Now let's head over here to the shop and pick up this last trailer. And we got some things to do here. Alright, let's pick that up. And now we're headed back to our main farm. And we're gonna grab a few things here. Because I think it's about time for us to jump into another production chain. Whoops, see Daisy. And speaking of production chains, there was one other thing that happened off camera that I didn't tell you guys about between episodes that we did do off camera. Because I did get started doing some things off camera initially right after last week's episode ended, and I did save those updates and changes. So some of the off-camera stuff that I did get into was not a total failure, so we'll cover that in just a moment here. Let's first of all get back to the main farm. And that's first on the agenda. And right on time, I get the message: no more space to place any new pallets for eggs. So I'm coming up right in time with this trailer. Couldn't have timed that any better. So that's what's up for it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna grab all of our egg pallets here and let the auto load trailer go to work and do its thing. See how many we can get on here. And the egg pallets are I got the liftable pallets mod installed by Yos, and so that's why I'm able to pick up these egg pallets by hand. Normally, if we were playing ultra realistic, I'd have to use a forklift to move these around, but we're just kind of cutting that middle process out. If you were playing fully realistic, you would use a forklift and move these pallets onto this trailer and just stack the egg pallets onto the back of this trailer, strap them down, and move them thusly and accordingly as so. And I could do it both ways. Believe me, I've done that many times and had many years playing that way and stacking pallets, and I'm very good at it. But for me, it's kind of using auto loads is kind of a quality of life type of thing. I can play both ways, but I'm comfortable doing either or. For this series, I'm, like we talked about before, I'm doing a little mix of both. But if you guys want to see me do an ultra realistic series, I can definitely do that too. Just let me know, and I'll definitely take that input into consideration, and we'll see what I end up doing next. But definitely want to hear from you, the people, and your feedbacks, comments, and criticisms, and that can influence what I end up doing next, because that's what it's all about. I want to again put out the content that you folks are interested in seeing, and if you got any aspects of the game that you have any questions on that you want to learn about, just post it in the comments, and I will try to do my best to review your comments and get back with you, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. If you got any ideas, suggestions, or anything else, I want to hear from you. I want to get your feedback. It can definitely help to factor in on influence what I end up doing next. Alright, so now we got a full load, so I got to drive a little more easy now. A little too fast because we got weight on the back. We don't want to fishtail, because you got to be mindful when you're driving with a load. You got to be mindful of the load and how you drive your vehicle, or you will lose control. sometimes there are areas in this game, well, most of the time, there are a lot of areas in this game where Giants did, oh yeah, that's getting dark on us now, you can see it now. Giants did get it right when, in a lot of areas when it comes to game physics, there's still some areas that need improvement, trees, but there's a lot of other areas where they kind of got the physics stuff very, very, for the most part, very right, very realistic. There you go again. So I'm going too fast. The trailer's kind of taking, putting me in that point where I could potentially lose control. And what else I was going to say, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. It's come back to me again. But I think I was talking about the aspect, the realism of some of the game physics. One of the things they did kind of nail very well, although I got some of that functionality turned off, is the weight system in the game works very well. You can definitely feel that. I got the weight system turned off as far as the trailer fuel limit is concerned. I don't have the realistic trailer fuel limits turned on right now, just for, again, ease of gameplay, and so I can get through certain things without, especially when I'm on live, having to make, a whole episode with 50 trips back and forth, because while you guys might like and enjoy my driving, I don't think you want to see a whole episode of me driving back and forth all the time to the same places. Alright, so we're going to drop the eggs off to the bakery. The bakery has a demand for eggs. And we got a payout of $13,136 with a $1,779 bonus. So that's some nice money, putting our bank account back up to closer to the $300,000 mark, which is $271,334. That's good money right there. Alright. So we're going to go back to the main farm, grab some more eggs, bring those to the bakery, rinse and repeat. Make that money for those eggs now, and that's what we're about to do. Make as much as we can right now. And I didn't check market prices, because I'm not per se selling the eggs outright for profit right now. So I'm just taking what it is at the current market prices. If I was playing for straight profit, then I would definitely want to wait until the time of the year when the eggs draw the best prices in the market, and we'll stop and take a look at that in just a second as well. Let's get back to the main farming, and I'll bring that menu up and show you what I'm talking about there real quick. Alright. I don't like to do a whole lot of night operations when I'm on live, because it doesn't come through very well on YouTube, and I don't know how some of you guys look when you're watching this, whatever device you're watching it on, how it looks, but the night screens don't always translate very well from what I've saw, at least in my humble opinion. So I try to stay away from doing a whole lot of night work, and I'm going to stay consistent on that, but just want to get these eggs done, and then we'll move on to the next day and see what else is out there for us to get going and moving forward on. But this is the last thing we'll do today, and it's already 2000, which is 2023, which is basically 8:23 p.m. So we just wanted to get all these eggs out of the way right now, and then finish that up. They go. Now that's one area of the game physics that they need to shore up right there. That I don't know why that happens, but it's a very frustrating thing when you're holding an object and you start floating up in the air. That's a physics issue that's been around in the game for years, so hopefully Giants will address that at some point. If not, it doesn't look like they got it figured out in this version of Farming Simulator, but hopefully in the next, maybe they'll get it nailed down in the next version. All right, headed back to the dairy, and I don't think I said that before when we went to the sale point the first time, but that is the dairy sale point where we sold the eggs at, and I already forgot something else I said I was going to do and pull up here, so let me do that as well. Let's go to the, we want to go to the prices menu, and I'm going to show you what I was talking about as far as the eggs. Under the prices menu, this is prices per 1,000 liter of product. You select the eggs, and you look over on the right side of the screen. It shows your stations, your bakery and your diner restaurants. We sold to the bakery. Right now, the diner restaurant is actually paying us more money for eggs. So if I was just selling for maximum profit at the current market prices, I would want to sell to the diner restaurant. And one of the other things we could do is, you can see at the bottom of the screen here, it says select X to show price fluctuations. If we select X, it brings up the price fluctuations for the entire season, or really for the entire calendar year. And you can see, based on the green bars are the better, at least the areas of the year where the prices are rising. The red bars are where times of the year where prices are dropping and trending downwards. You can see the best months of the year to sell eggs, to get the best prices annually, are going to be in the best month to sell eggs is in the month of November. The month of October is another great month to sell eggs. And then other than that, throughout the year, the month of June is a great month to sell eggs. And probably the month of May, which is somewhat where we're at now, right? Yeah, we're in May, so it's a decent month to sell eggs, but it's probably, as you can see from the tiers and the seasonal fluctuations, it's the fourth best month to sell eggs throughout the season. So that's kind of how you read this chart. The number at the upper right hand side shows the max price, which is 2,478. So the eggs will never sell or max out at a price higher than that number. And down on the bottom side of that chart, you see they'll never go lower than $1,391. All right, so that being said, I'm just selling the eggs. Let's hit X again. I'm selling the eggs to the bakery at current market prices is $22,192 per 1,000 liters of eggs. And I know it's probably not all making sense as to why I'm selling the eggs at current market price, but at the sell point, that's not giving me the best payout. But it all makes sense here in just a few, because I have an evil master plan that I'm working on here, and I'm gonna just tell you in just a few as we get back over to the bakery. Seemed like I'm trying to fishtail or lose control a little bit more than I did when I had the heavier load of eggs. I guess so. One of the factors here that's affecting why I'm having a struggle to handle the vehicles, because of how fast I'm driving. The faster you go, the more potential you have to lose control with such a small vehicle. Such a large trailer being towed on the backside. Shouldn't just say a large trailer, but a small trailer with a large load, a heavy load. Alright, so we're heading back to the bakery with our 3,800 liters of eggs. Let's see how much we can get sold from this load. And again, the method to my madness will make at least a little bit more sense here in just a moment. And just remember what was the other thing that I lost my train of thought on, that I wanted to tell you about as well, and it'll be a great opportunity to get into that in just a moment as well. But first, let's go ahead and sell those eggs, and that's what I was looking for. We're maxed out on capacity, but we got another $2,227 sold eggs with another $301 environmental score bonus. And now we're down to 2,785 liters of eggs. And we're gonna keep those eggs. Let's see if we can unload the pallets here, because I'm just gonna keep them here. And we're gonna, whoops. That's not what I typically do. And we'll manually move them over into the bakery when we need to at a later point in time. We'll just leave them there for right now. I know it's not super realistic doing it that way, but it's still fine. So here we are. We're at the bakery, and here's the method to my madness. Now it's time. We're gonna go ahead and purchase this sale point. We're gonna purchase the bakery. I just wanted to get the eggs sold and get the money paid to us for that sold product before I purchase the bakery, so that way we at least make some of our money back, and it could take some of the sting off the price we're about to pay for purchase this sale point, which will cost us $60,000, and we're gonna say yes. And we now own the bakery. So if we go to our production chains and we go down to the bakery, ding 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 ding, and these are the products that are produced by the bakery: bread, cornbread, cake, pumpkin pie, apple pie, sweet cornbread. And by default, all of these productions are turned on, but we're going to turn them off for the moment till we make a realistic assessment of exactly what it is we can produce. Bread requires 2 units of flour to produce 1 unit of bread. Cornbread requires 3 units of corn flour. 1 unit of butter gives us 2 units of cornbread. Cake requires 2 units of flour, 2 units of sugar, 2 units of milk, 2 units of egg, 2 units of butter, 2 units of strawberry, and that gives us 5 units of cake. Pumpkin pie requires 2 flour, 2 sugar, 2 milk, 2 egg, 2 butter, 2 pumpkin. Apple pie requires 2 flour, 2 sugar, 2 milk, 2 egg, 2 butter, 2 apple. Sweet cornbread requires 3 fine corn flour, 1 butter, 1 sugar, and that gives us 2 sweet cornbread. So what can we produce right now? And that brings us to the other thing that I needed to show to you that I forgot to show you earlier. We purchased one other production chain off camera, the grain mill. And we already got that one and loaded up and in full production. And these are what you can produce from the grain mill: wheat flour, barley flour, oat flour, sorghum flour, corn flour, and fine corn flour. And fine corn flour requires another production chain that we don't own yet, and we'll get into that when the time arises. But right now, we don't have enough corn to even get into that phase of the game right now. We're using our corn to support our pig feed operation, but we're going to need to get into producing some more corn so that we could also use the corn for our corn flour and our fine corn flour. We have enough sorghum on our main farm that I might consider bringing some of the sorghum into the grain mill so that we could produce sorghum flour. But right now we're using just the sorghum for feeding our chickens. But our chickens presently, because we don't have that many chickens, we're not going through sorghum that quickly. So I can probably shuffle a lot of that sorghum that we have in our storage. How much liters do we have? We could probably can't even spit the words out there. Shuffle some of that around. We definitely can. 254,000 liters of sorghum is more than plenty to keep the chickens fed without having a lot of that in our storage on our farm not doing anything for us. So we definitely look at bringing some sorghum flour, some sorghum to the grain mill to produce sorghum flour. It takes 150 units of sorghum to produce 158 units of sorghum flour. So we'll definitely work on moving that around here shortly. All right, now we're producing wheat flour, 150 units of wheat give us 120 units of flour, wheat flour. And as you can see, we did shuffle our wheat that we had and stored on the farm. Where we at? Just yeah, from the prices screen. See, we got still look 77,000 liters there in there now, but we most of our wheat we did shuffle from our main farm into our grain mill so that we could get the reproduction maxed out and going. We didn't have to max it out, but that was just me and my OCD kicking in. So what I did was I bought over a majority of the wheat that we had in the main farm to the grain mill so we could produce wheat flour, and then the rest of it I bought from the shop and we max that out. I'll probably circle back around and we'll do the same thing with the sorghum. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to buy the corn because again, we can do corn flour, but to produce dried corn, we need another production chain, and I don't want to get into buying too many production chains so we're making a little bit more money and making a little bit more profit and have more money in the bank. Because again, the other thing that I'm still trying to stick with as much as I can in this series is we're gonna gradually improve the farm and grow the farm, but I'm trying with one of the aspects that I wanted to do or center around in this series, or the way we're going to play it is we don't want to get we want to not do it or grow the farm by taking out a bunch of bank loans and use the bank loan process as little as possible or possibly not at all. But I'm not going to say that we won't do bank loans, but we're going to use bank loans as little as possible. And that's kind of how I want to play this series. So that being said, we're kind of done here for now. We got the wheat flour going. Oh no, we're not done here now. My mistake. Again, losing the train of thought. Let's go back to the bakery. We could turn bread production on because we have what we need here to produce bread, because all bread requires is flour. But as you can see, the light goes red. Materials missing. Why is that? Because if we go to the incoming materials, we don't have flour incoming. So you say, Doc Jose, what do we do? Well, here's what we do here. We're going to go back up to our grain mill where we have the wheat flour being produced. Incoming materials wheat, 268,930 liters. We activated the wheat flour production, but we got to go over here to outgoing products, and here's how we resolve the bakery issue. With the outgoing products, we have three options that we can select. We could do storing, which will store the products at the facility, create pallets that can be manually shipped around where necessary. We can select the option of selling, and the product will be sold at I forget what the exact interval is. I don't know if it's daily, weekly, monthly, or what, but it's sold at regular intervals at current market prices at the time of the sale. But that happens automatically, and you'll make at least good money, but not the max money you could make if you stored it and then sold it based on the best price on the price fluctuations calendar that I showed you earlier. The other option is distributing, and that's what we want to do here. Distributing the system or the game will try to look through all of your production chains for any production chains that have demand for flour and distribute that product accordingly. It happens automatically, and it'll try to evenly distribute the product based on the production chains that have demand. I don't know the exact formula for how that all works out, but it does automatically kind of sort that out itself. So we set that to distributing. Once the scheduled time frame, cycles through where it does that check, which I think it's at, I don't know if it's hourly. I think it's hourly. But once that cycles through, it should eventually see this red light turn green because we have flour being distributed. And right now we're going to set the bread to automatically, no, we'll keep it stored and I'll sell it once we got enough pallets out there and try to sell it at the best price. Alright, in fact we'll leave all these storing for right now. And let's see, is there anything else over here that we can also activate or produce? Cornbread, no, because we don't have the corn flour, fine corn flour. Cake, no, way too many inputs that we don't have yet. We got butter because of the dairy. We have strawberries from the greenhouse, and we'll go ahead and get that cycling too. We got milk. We don't have sugar production, but we do have flour. So we already got eggs in place here, so when we meet the other requirements, we already have eggs. We know it that we have production that demands butter, so we can already switch to butter from automatically selling to distributing now, so they could support the bakery. So we know that, and so we switch that. What else we got here? Pumpkin pie. Pumpkins we have a greenhouse for. We already switched we got the flour distributing. We do the eggs manually. We got the butter distributing. We need to set the pumpkins to distributing. We'll do that momentarily. With the apple pie, same thing with the apples distributing. And for the sweet cornbread, again, we need the fine corn flour. We don't have that yet. Butter we got distributing. We don't have sugar production yet, so we just have to buy sugar from the shop for right now to support that. I could go buy a bunch of sugar and have that set and stored in the bakery ready to go for when we need it. We may circle back. I may circle back and do that off camera, and just to fill the gaps for the time being until we have a sugar production point, a facility down the line. But that's for future reference. But we know from what production chains we do have available right now, we could kind of set some certain products to distributing to support our other production chains downstream. We know apple goes with apple pie, so we can kind of set that apple to distributing now. And we know pumpkin is another one. For the pumpkin pie, we could set pumpkin to distributing now. And some strawberries goes with the cake. We can go ahead and set strawberries to distributing now. We don't have anything presently that demands lettuce or tomatoes, so we'll keep those to selling. And that's that greenhouse. And this greenhouse, same setup. Pumpkins distributing, strawberries distributing, lettuce and tomatoes keep it on sale. Apple distributing, pineapple sale, orange sale, lemon sale. So we're good there. And is that all of them? I thought we had. Okay, yeah, 2 and 2. All right. So I think we now have our production chain set up properly, at least based on where we're at now. So we're done with everything that we're going to do today. So let's take it back to the house. Take it to the house. Take it to the house. So back to the main farm we go. And we're going to go ahead and call it a day. But first we got to get to the main farm so we can call it a day. And as you can see, we're kind of moving along now. We got our first few production chains, we got our greenhouses, we got our products going, we got certain manufacturing processes going, so we're on our way. We're starting to see things happening now. You know, it was a slow burn to kind of get some of this stuff up and running and some of these things going, but we're starting to gradually get on track here now. And I'm so excited about what's still up and coming, you know. First of all, we're down to $214,000 in our bank account right now, so and I don't like our account being that low, so we're going to need to do some grinding out on some of these contracts to get our bank account back up until we're making hopefully some solid profits from these productions. But it's going to be kind of like a little balancing act for a little while until everything is up and fully running and we got all our product in storage and our production moving at a proper pace with it pumping out enough product that we can sell and make money off. But we are getting there. Alright, so right now we're going to keep this autoload trailer also at this main farm, and same deal, we're just going to park it right by our water tanker, a liquid tanker, and that's what's up. And we're going to kind of walk on over to the farmhouse because it's been a long day. We got a lot of stuff accomplished and we still have more to come. Right now it's time to hit the sack. See you in the morning, folks. And here we are. It is now day 1 in June. I kind of missed the target on a couple of things that I forgot about that I could have done better here, but I guess we'll still keep those up because I no longer need these service trucks. But I still have one of my service trucks still has a 3,224 liters of fuel in it, and I don't want to sell it just yet until we've unloaded all of the fuel from this truck. But I don't want to take a loss on that much fuel that we've already paid for, even though I'm probably canceling it all out and leasing costs with these trucks that I'm still holding on to for entirely too long right now. I'm not sure because I'm not a math guy, so until we've got this emptied up, I'm still going to hold on to these two trucks. And the other reason why I'm holding on to both is the screen doesn't tell you which truck is configured for which setup. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about, because I owned items. When I go to, that would be on the lease out of the cars, it just shows both of the trucks, but it doesn't give you enough information to make the determination of which truck is the one with the fuel tank and which one is the one that does not have the fuel tank. So if I sold one, I don't know which one of the two I'm selling. So I got to keep both of them until I'm done with it. With both of them, unfortunately. So that's, if you're wondering why I'm still holding on to those trucks, that's why. Alright. So we still had it filled all the way up with fuel, so we're still taking us a little bit of time to get it all emptied out before I can return both of these vehicles back to the shop. Taking it around and make sure everything's filled with fuel. Gotta get us closer to our goal. That's all we got for right now. Across all vehicles. that one. And this other. Never mind. What about the harvester? What is the harvester? Fair enough. Right. Not much there. Not even more effort per se. So we got 3,135 liters of fuel to get rid of. Wondering if you just tuned in for the first time tonight, why I didn't just install the fuel tank, because the fuel tank is effectively filled, unless I forgot that I took some. And I just farted, had a brain malfunction and was trying to refill the truck instead of the other way around, unload the truck. Alright, so we got as much out of. Where's our other tractor? Here? She says he's confused. We only got some manure showing up there, but we don't have a lot of horses in the stable, so they're not going to give us a lot of manure right now. There it is. Alright, so one more tractor. This is probably the one that's been using the most recently. There we go. So that goes down to 1,081. We got a long ways to go before we empty it out. So I'm just leave him right there. Food for thought. So let's go through our daily. Let's go through our daily activities. First, let's hop over to the stable. Since we got the horses, one of the first things we want to do every day start out with our horses. Get the daily riding for the horses out of the way quickly for the first couple of minutes each day. So let's go Taylor around the yard a little bit, get her all worked out. And I know a lot of streamers don't play with the horses for various reasons, and it might not be a popular choice, but I still think having the horses or playing with the horses is kind of cool. It's another aspect of the game that you don't see that often, because everybody focuses on the big ticket stuff. But this is still kind of therapeutic and relaxing. Once you get a lot more horses in the stable, of course, it could become super repetitive, but in the interest of the series, I think generally I'm going to keep these numbers fairly low. I don't think we'll go higher than maybe 4 horses at a time. But again, going back to my feedback point and comments I was talking about earlier, if y'all want to see it and you want me to have more horses in, let me know. I'll be happy to add more horses into the stable so that you guys can see that, if that's what you want to see. Okay, I didn't think that was going to be that much of a collision, but there it is. And we almost got Taylor kind of grinded out here, so we're going to come back this way. And see, 2 minutes kind of flies by quickly. But of course, if you got 4 horses, then that's almost 5 minutes of riding before you get into anything else. So that's when it can. Whoa. Kind of get into that whole redundancy cycle. But anywho, there we are. Taylor is good to go. She got to return Taylor to the stable, and if all things were equal, she would have spawned right back out here outside, so I ain't got to go chasing for her, trying to figure out where she appeared at. See if I can ride Star out of there. I can, awesome. So we'll figure out Taylor momentarily. We'll address both problems at the same time because I'm gonna run it. Potentially have the same issue when we bring Star back to the stable. So we'll address both those problems when we need to. But we'll take Star around the yard as well. And again, just admiring the beauty and splendor of these game graphics on the Xbox Series X. Alright. We gotta sell this silo back. Because we don't need to buy anything silo. We don't want to cheat, although I still technically it's not a cheat. It's just you're saving some steps between driving back and forth to the shop. Again, going back to that discussion about realistic versus ultra realistic versus semi-realistic versus playing the way that works best for you so that you can have fun and enjoy the game. And again, this series that I'm doing here is a mix of a couple of different play styles, and even then we might flex or switch up depending on what it is we're doing and what goals we're trying to get accomplished. But for the most part, this is going to be a semi-realistic series, but not an ultra-realistic series. And in most situations, when I think about it, I'm going to explain to you why it's unrealistic and the realistic way to do it in game and the way that I'm doing it. So you'll be aware of both ways to do it and make your decision on what way to do it and what play style works best for you. Alright, but we're done riding both horses, and we did not get lucky in any of them spawning back in the yard part of the stable, but that's okay. We don't need to move either one of them at this point. I just gotta find where the other horse spawned at. There he is, or she. And we just need to get her cleaned up. Close the door. And she can stay right where we're at, and we just want to double check we didn't miss anything. Both horses have their cleanliness and daily riding at 100%, so we're good. There's only 2 horses, so they're not going to go through their food and straw too quickly, so don't need to worry about anything there. Next up, we're going to go run the gauntlet. Let's check on the sheep. Sheep, good. I don't really need any attention today. Grass is good. Productivity is good. Health is good. And if we turn back around here, we can kind of see. If we go over here to the sheep paddock. So we need to make sure we're using the right terminology too. Is it called the sheep? Yeah, it's called the sheep barn. But the sheep barn, we can see over here at our distribution point, we have our first wool pallets coming up. So we're producing wool, and we go back to the screen. You can see it. It's 289 liters of wool in that pallet out there and counting. Good things, good things. Next up here is our cows. So well, let's do the chickens first. Chickens, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Walk over to our chicken coop. Now, what is it called as well? Because I need to start being more consistent with my terminology. Just confusing. Well, it says chicken pasture, so I have to get that in the brain, and that's what we'll call it from now on to lead to hopefully less confusion. But the chicken pasture, and we can see it says pen here, no? Interesting. We got 23,074 liters of food. It's kind of down a little bit, but it's still in the green. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Cows. So the old cow barn shows the cows kind of down with the water, kind of down with the straw. Food. We the cows go through food rather quickly, but I don't want to waste time, so we're just gonna kind of lead them along. When they get in the yellow and the red is when we'll start addressing feeding the animals or messing with their needs. But as long as they're in the green, we're not gonna do anything. And I think that'll be a better system, so I'm not getting too repetitive or grindy with it as far as feeding animals. Because I could do that every day, but the only animals that we really need to grind daily are our horses for right now. And that's just to keep them clean and keep them daily riding maxed out so that they can be healthy and we won't take any hits there. Because again, my kind of thoughts is I think we're gonna keep probably about 4 to 6 horses in the stable, and then anything beyond that, we'll start selling them off 2 by 2. But we'll keep it at either 4 or 6. I gotta give some thought to that and see what way that works best. But I don't know if we'll get that far in the series because it takes a few years before the horses are mature anyway. So I don't know if we'll get that, run that cycle through that many years. Excuse me, in this series. But if we do, we'll definitely look at that when the time comes. If I don't space it out and forget about it. Yeah. All right. So we're good with animals, I think. Let's go check on our production chains and see let's take it from the top. So from the top of the production chains menu, wheat flour is chugging along. We are distributing our wheat. We don't have any corn flour out or fine corn flour to distribute just yet, but we got our wheat flour distributing. And again, we're gonna come back and address shuffling around sorghum for producing sorghum flour in just a bit. Dairy is producing the butter, cheese, chocolate. Butter's distributing. That's happening automatically. Cheese, chocolate's being sold. That's happening automatically, and that'll add to our bank account. Compound feed pigs maxed out. We know why. We'll leave that as is. That's our own personal production chain. We'll take the loss on that, but this compound feed production chain is just for support of our pigs. So when it's maxed out and bottlenecked, that's not an issue. We want it to be bottlenecked until we need to make more pig food for our pigs. But right now we're going to leave this bottleneck. We're not going to refill any of these materials until we need to. And I think the way that I work that is from when we run through all our pig food that we have here that's outgoing. Wait a minute, I have that storing, but we can set it selling, and distributing. It's still storing. I could have that. I gotta think about that though, 'cause I could set that to selling, but I don't know if we'll make that much money off of it because it's gonna sell at current market price. But I can't automatically distribute the pig food to the pig barn, so no. So what I'm thinking about in my head won't work anyway. But there's a caveat that I could have this set to selling and just grab what I need when I need it for feeding the pigs, and that way we don't have to sit here being bottlenecked. So we're gonna set this to selling and see how this plays out. Okay, yeah, because we could still be making some money and making sure our pigs are fed as well, but we'll see how that cycles. So we've switched that to selling, and we'll uh, backfill our products as the income of materials as necessary as they start to deplete. Right now we're down a little on potatoes. I may come back and backfill that later, but not worried about it right now because they're all in the green. Greenhouse. Nothing we need to do there. Strawberries, tomatoes selling, lettuce selling, strawberries, pumpkin distributing. And that's one, this greenhouse, and greenhouse fruits should be distributing apple and lemon, orange, pineapple automatically selling. Same, rinse and repeat on tomatoes, lettuce, strawberries, pumpkin, and greenhouse fruits. And then finally our bakery. We have, and now you can see it's the bread is in the green because we have the the bakery is being supplied the materials that it's need. In this case, the flour to make the bread. So you can start to see the bread being produced, storing, and outgoing products is bread. And you can also see we're getting the butter from being distributed from the dairy. Strawberries, pumpkin, and apple coming from the greenhouse. Okay, we missed the. Why don't we have milk? What did I forget to do? Something I obviously forgot to do, didn't I? Oh no, we actually have to manually distribute milk. No, so we're good there. I gotta bring some milk in. So that's another thing that we need to do. But that's that's all our production chains. That's the only thing we got going now. We don't have everything we need to make cornbread, cake, pumpkin pie, apple pie, or sweet cornbread yet. We have some of the elements, and we're just going ahead and having them distributed, and they'll be in storage and ready for when we need them. If they max out before we're able to produce the product, we'll just switch those from distributing back to selling, and that problem will be solved until we need to switch it back to distributing down the line. Once we get certain productions online and we have a supply chain for the required materials to move forward with those productions. In some cases, I could buy the materials from the shop to help get these things help these production chains along until I get to the point where I have the production facilities that I need. But we're not there yet, and again, part of the issue is we're low on money right now. We're not doing the loan things, so it is what it is. We can grind our way to where we need to be. So that's what's up. We were back on animals. We've checked the cows in both cow barns, and they're all right. They're in good shape. So next up is the pigs. The pigs are in good shape for right now, so we don't need to shuffle any pig food around. So it looks like we're all good to go across the board here. Let's take and I've been flipping around, and y'all guys probably saw it before I did, but I haven't been paying attention. What do we have in the way of contracts that we could possibly work right now? We have a harvesting contract. Ding ding. We're in business. I just hate the equipment that the game picked for us. That's totally not making me happy. And I want to kind of do some things like we've done in the past here, just to kind of maximize how much money we can make from this harvesting contract. So we're going to do the whole borrow items things. I could use my own harvester for this contract and save tons of money, or do I want to? Let me check one thing here before we pull the trigger on that. What do I have the fast harvesting set up for my harvester? What is my header? Is my header yeah. Okay. Yeah, then that's what we will do here, I think. Alright, so that will. Alright, so I think what I want to do, we're going to go ahead and accept that contract, but we're going to use our own equipment for the contract, and that's on field 17. So we need to get our equipment out of the way here so we can bring harvester out of the shed and get it on its merry way. The reason why I want to use my harvester and my header is because we have the modded header for our harvester, which enables fast farming for the console. And if you're new to the game or new to the series and don't understand what fast farming is a technique that allows us to in-game use our equipment at a faster operating rate and speed than what is allowed normally. Normally harvesters max out the speed of 6-7 miles an hour. The fast farming headers can actually go at much faster speeds to harvest. Again, this goes back to the realistic versus unrealistic, semi-realistic discussion that we've been having the entire series. Again, I'm playing a semi-realistic series, but in each situation I'm going to explain to you the realistic way to do it and the semi-realistic way to do it, and do it in a way that's fun for me and just fast farming. But if you wanted to do it realistic, you just use the standard header that comes with the harvester and do the same thing that we're doing, but just at 6 miles an hour versus the speeds that will be. Make sure I'm going to the right field. Where's 7? We call it the north side of the map. So that's heading up top. It's been a fun episode tonight, a very engaging episode. We got a lot of stuff going. We're still, got a long way to go, but I'm really happy with what we've been able to do tonight, get accomplished. It's going to be easy breezy, easy peasy. Again, as you see, harvesters by nature of the machinery are not that fast. In fact, this is one of the faster harvesters as far as how fast we're driving along on the road. 20 miles an hour is actually pretty fast for a harvester. So we'll get there. There are some harvesters that when you're driving on the street at street speeds, they only go 10, 12 miles an hour. So 20 miles an hour is blazing speed. So we're clear, this driving speed is a realistic speed for this particular model of harvester. This is just when you're driving along and not engaged with any implements down and not operating any machine per se. And we're almost getting there. We're crossing the railroad track. This we can practice proper protocol here. We stop at the track, at the crossing, look both ways, there we go. Now we want blasted by runaway train again. It's got me traumatized, man. I'm shaking my nose every time I hit a railroad crossing. Notice that crossing doesn't have crossing plates, so definitely get blasted there without warning. Passing out the third phone now, big phone, and we're almost here. We got a stop sign. We're gonna come to a rolling stop. Here's the home. And we go over to field 17. Alright, we have arrived. Field 17 is to my left. So, let's go ahead and get set up for what we need. Something again slightly on the cheating side of things here with this contract, because normally base game setup is that you can't grab straw from a harvesting contract. You can get paid for the harvesting contract, but you can't get the straw from the harvesting contract and it just goes away. But we're not going to do it that way. We want to get our straw. We're not going to take a loss on that. So there's a couple of other pieces of equipment I'm going to need to support that endeavor. So first thing we need to do is I need to go over here to our dollies, and we're going to need to lease a few different pieces of equipment. We're going to start with this. We're going to need to lease 2 of these snuffle stucks. Yes. Lease, yes. And from our 82 Studios TLX package, we're gonna need to, I think it's on the trailers. We're gonna need, yeah, I think it's on the trailers. We're gonna need a couple of pieces of equipment from the TLX pack. From 82 Studios. Is it the X2, X3 pup trailer? No, that's not it. That's another one. I didn't know they had a pup trailer. I may have to do some testing with that. Maybe I can use that in some of these applications as well. In fact, let me go back and take a look at that. What goes with this pup trailer? I don't even know. X2, X3. What? Alright, I'm gonna have to X2, X3 pup trailer. That's part of the Matt Gray hauling pack. See, I don't know what trailer you would use with that. I don't know what pieces of equipment you would use with this pup trailer here. That's a semi trailer. That's a grain pup trailer, and it has a trailer on there, but this one doesn't have a trailer in here, so I don't know. X2, X3. I wonder if this works with the 82 Studio stuff. That's something I'm gonna have to test off camera. I just noticed that. But that's a mod by BC Bueller. I'm sorry I don't have all of the mod makers information readily available tonight, but I'll come back and add that to the stream later if I don't forget, so you can have a mod list for some of the mods that we used tonight, and you can govern yourselves accordingly. But what I'm looking for now is the TLX trailer frame, and again, this is by 82 Studios, and we just take that as is, lease that. And combinations, we just need the TLX dumper. We want this Unreal capacity configuration, lighting standard. Rest up, we're not even worried about. And we'll lease that. And one more piece of equipment that we'll need is, and I gotta remember what it's on, what category it's under, because I always forget. Is it build systems? Yeah. Because I'll be looking through all these 10,000 menus and I always forget where it's at. But I've struggled with it enough now that I got it down pat now. And this is a Lizard Forge pickup, and I don't remember off the top of my brain who is the mod maker for it. But this is a game-changing piece of equipment here. We default configuration, lease that bad boy. Now we just need to grab one of our tractors, and let me grab the deer because that's the one with the most juice. And we're gonna bring that one to the shop. Let's go. Got some things to do today, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. From harvesting contracts and max out grabbing all the materials that we can. And we get that out today. We're grabbing all the materials that we can so we can make as much money as we can off of this harvesting contract. So we're going to cover all angles with that on the standard gameplay side of the game and on the kind of a little bit cheaty side of the game. That's the way we're doing it in this series. Alright. But for you new players that are new to the game, if you have any questions, I can tell you what's the realistic way to do it, what's the right way to do it, and then what are some of the, as you can see here, some of the shortcut ways to do it and make the gameplay fun. Because again, for me, it's all about fun and doing as many things as I can within the time frame we have allocated for what we're trying to do. So you get to see a little bit of all of these things in my series. Alright, at any rate, now we're headed to the shop. We're going to grab that equipment that we just leased, and it should all make sense shortly once we get everything together. Right now, you're probably looking at these things saying one of these things is not like the other, and make it make sense, but it will. Trust me. Next stop, shop. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything either while I'm talking here. Where am I? Yeah. We get the pup collie. We take it and attach it to the trailer. Okay, I don't know what that's all about. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so next we're going to grab one of the snuffle stuffs. Alright, and we're going to attach it. these things in the right configuration. Not waste more money tonight. There we go. That's phase one of the project. Is that? Okay, that. That position. You don't need to raise it up too much there. I can still get it. That almost turned into something that would make me not very happy. Next up, we're going to grab the second snuffle stuff. And bring it around here. And attach it to the right side forge pickup. And I'm going to attach that. I hope I did this. Alright, yeah, let's do this one. The way that thing makes it flip up like the way this one did, that could cause all kind of issues as well. And there it is, the Frankenstein configuration. Frankenstein. And you're still probably looking at this like, okay, what's going on, man? But now, the train from heck begins. And trying to want to get through this railroad crossing before the train comes. Because these signals are super fast, man. Those are not normal train signals, man. Those are like horror movie train signals, man. They literally, when the train's coming through, you got 2 seconds, maybe 3 or 4 seconds to get out of the way before them crossing gates are coming down. That's train is scary. But we're making our way over to field 17, and I'm going to show you what we're talking about here and why I have the equipment that I have here in just a bit. It all makes sense momentarily. So basically, what we're doing here, this is all in an effort so that we can grab straw from a harvesting contract and use it for our own purposes. Something that the base game functionality does not normally allow us to do. Also, if you're playing on PC, you have other options to do the same thing that we're accomplishing here, but we're playing on console, in this case Xbox Series X, but brothers that are also playing on the PS5, you can do the same thing we're doing here, or any of the other gaming consoles that are out there in the Xbox and PlayStation family. So we're passing by 17 now, but we need to get to our harvester here. I gotta make sure I do this right so that I don't run into any more of these snuffle stuck kip up situations again, because the harvester is definitely not going to be able to connect to the snuffle stuck if the attacher kicks up in the air like it did when we were at the shop. So I gotta make sure I do this the right way so that we can attach everything accordingly to the harvester. Alright, so we're on site. I'm gonna drive all over this man's field right now because I'm evil like that. But nah, we just need to kind of bring all this equipment into place. Sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. Make it up to you somewhere, some way, somehow. And I need to make sure that I'm on the right piece of equipment here. Now, I think it's that one. Disconnect. Yeah. Disconnect. Let's reconnect. Pull that up. No. Detach. Gotta get in the far enough away where it would let me do that. I wasn't getting the option that I was looking for. So now let's go back to our harvester. And I want to back it up. But yeah, boom. Awesome. Back it up. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Now we're almost where we need to be for nefarious shenanigans to take place. I want to make sure the lower force hook a pick up. Force. Looks like pipe out. Boom, boom. Now let's hop back over to our harvester. Lower header. Unfold harvester. Already got the straw swath turned on. Turn on harvester. And the header's already down, right? Alright, so we should be ready to go. And we're dropping the swath. And now once stuff is done. Okay, what do we miss? So what do we not do? Oh, turn, force pick up. Alright, there we go. There it is. And we're working the contract, and we're picking up the straw from the contract. If I think we could turn the AI worker on for this, and just kind of let him go. Alright, folks. We're working contract. We're gonna make our money and get paid from the contract, but we're also gonna grab the straw from this contract and use that for our own nefarious purposes to also make some more money, or either turn it into bales and sell the bales, or use the bales for animals. We'll have a number of options we can do for the straw once we grab all of that straw from this contract. Right? And I don't like the workers kind of taking a weird angle here, so may have to take control back from the worker. It's making this way a little bit harder than it needs to be, and there he goes. Making it harder than it needs to be. Why he did that, but it's not making me happy. That thing right there that he's doing, and I can't back this thing up too far without losing the train, and I don't want to run. Alright, make it look sloppy because he's already messed us up. I'm not going to be doing much turning with this configuration. This mad snaking train from heck, excuse me. Alright. I think the harvester should turn on, right? So we can just get right back to it. I'm just gonna have to backtrack. Oh, this is a bit annoying here. Why is it not? Alright. Worker jack me up, bro. I don't know how we should. Yeah, so stupid. I guess what they just deem to be a straight line, what I deem to be a straight line, do not coincide. Alright, so we're gonna have to babysit this a little bit more than I would like. We got the fast farming set up, so it won't take forever. Getting still now, I gotta retrace my steps. So, we're harvesting the field as per the contract, field 17, but also outside the scope of the contract, we're grabbing the straw. Otherwise, it would just disappear and nobody gets to use it. Not even the farmer that gave me the contract. Alright, I don't know why we... Oh, it's just because of some changes in elevation. It's slowing all everything down there. Or probably wouldn't have been able to get through that anyways. That gives me no solace. Alright. One of the other issues here, obviously, with this kind of setup is you need a ton of room to be able to turn around. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that just yet, or how much I'm going to have to work with as well. Because obviously, with this kind of train, you're going to need a lot of space to kind of facilitate turning around. I don't think that's where we're going to move. I think we're going to kind of stay to the outside and see about working a headland around the entire field. And just have to come back and just sort of miss on the pickup some of these turns. Try to be super greedy because at the end of the day we're still going to have a ton of straw to work with anyways. Alright, again because of the elevations here we're getting a little bogged down here. And then the amount of equipment that forestry is pulling. Alright, and the harvester is full, so we need to pipe out and unload, and I was so busy concentrating on the grabbing the straw deal that I forgot to take the time to bring the trailer around so that we could unload. So I'm gonna grab our trailer from main farm because we're using our own equipment for this contract. I was not even paying attention to the Liberty sale point is. I need to make note of that as well. That's kind of where we're going to wrap it up at tonight. We're going to finish working this harvesting contract tonight. Whoop, there it is. Almost ran right smack dab into it. Crossing gate here, so you're on your own here. It's close. Let's super dangerous. I wonder if there's, I have to look on the mod hub if there's some bootleg, but I don't own the property, so I couldn't even put any crossing gates down in that area. So it's kind of just is what it is. As I understand it, the map maker for this map is working on some updates for this map in the future. I just hope like heck that these updates are released, that it doesn't require a new game save, because I'm too far along in the series and I don't want to be in a situation where I have to restart the whole thing necessary. And if that's the case, we might have to kill it right there. But I'm aware that there are some issues with the map, as I understand it, some corrections that he needs to make with the map, and as I last read on it, he's working on it, and those updates are going to be released to Giants. I don't know if they've already been released or they're going to release in the future, but there will be some major updates coming to this map in the future, as I last read and understood it. Stay tuned to that. Hopefully it won't, when the update does become available, it won't blow up this whole series for me. Fingers crossed. But we are at the main farm. And we're just going to grab our trailer, which is currently linked up with our excuse me there, a Case IH 7250 Pro, and we're gonna move it out the way and put the John Deere on it. I could have just used the HIH to drive to me to where I was already at, but then I still would have to drive the Deere back at some point. Okay, and my brain just teetered out. I forgot what I was doing just that quick. Where am I? Going the right direction. The brain defaults to going to the shop all the time, especially with all this testing I've been doing off camera. So drive this trailer up 17, unload harvester, and continue. And I think we're gonna just use all that straw, just turn it into bales, and then we'll sell some of the bales, and then we'll keep some of the bales for in our bale storage for when we need it for TMR. But you don't use a whole lot of straw for TMR, so we don't really need to keep that many straw bales around per se. Here I use per se quite a lot. We'll still need some straw bales for the animals, but not we won't need what we're about to create. passing the pig farm again, safely cut across the railroad crossing this time. We're just gonna unrealistically cross the field to get where we need to get, wherever the harvest is located at. This is a significantly large field, separately more larger than I think. We're gonna get a lot of material from this. It might even take us a real life hour or so to get this field harvested. Going up to the harvest now. How much do we have here? Oh, running out of time here. Gotta get into the wrap up. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Gotta go ahead and wrap this thing up. Like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, what are you doing? This is another episode of Bose 831 Gaming, Twitch live stream series, Farming Simulator 22, Alma Missouri map. All the episodes of my YouTube series, of my Twitch live stream series, will be uploaded to my YouTube channel in their entirety. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you like, let me know what you love, let me know what you don't. But either way, the way I can get bigger, better, and better is with your feedback. I'm Bose 831 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, so on and so forth. And all of those platforms, as you run across my content, same thing still applies there as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share my passion and love for this game that I love, and at the same time I really love more than just about any other game I can videos share what I love with the world. Thank you for all your support. Stay tuned in, please. Where we're at on the next episode of the series, obviously I'm going to probably end up working with this contract if we have any other contracts off camera. But as always, when we jump back in on the next episode, I'll let you know where we're at. Done off camera. You'll be up to speed on where we're at the start of the next episode.